believe y'all was just gonna let me be out here, all my stuff out. Ooh, Lord, that's so embarrassing. But as I was saying, I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm hot and I'm tired. I'm hot and I'm hot and I'm tired. I've been had things going on. I had a wardrobe malfunction and I had to like exit out and then delete everything and then start it all over again because I'm not trying to be out here with no wardrobe malfunction. You feel me? I got enough going on in life. Got enough going on. But what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Shifts and Giggles, where I reach out into the world and speak to some amazing people that I know and some that I don't. And we get to the shit that has led to shifts and hopefully have some laughs along the way. How are y'all doing this week? I'm doing okay. I started doing my nails and then I messed up. Well, I didn't mess up. I did what I did. And then there were some air bubbles, and with the air bubbles, liquid, water and stuff, precipitation or whatever. And, when that happens, that means, well, it doesn't mean, but possibly your nail could grow like mold in between the faux nail and the real nail. And we don't want none of that going on. So I had to take a lot of them off. And I'm going to start over when I'm done with this live. And it's going to be dope. And my nails are going to come out amazing. And I'm going to just be fly. And I'm excited about that. How's everybody doing today? Y'all could just drop in the chat. How are y'all doing? Say fine, I'm good. You have any questions? You have any things you want to talk about while we wait for our next guest to get here? Let me know. Go ahead and send this live to all your favorite peoples. Hi, boo. How you doing? Listen, don't be surprised if I reach out to you next, because I'm finna get all my peoples up in here. All my peoples in here. While we're waiting for our next guest to show up, go ahead and forward this live to everybody that you know. I'm about to send it to everybody that I know. Boom, shaka, laka. Ooh, that's a lot of people. I'm sending it to people I don't know. Okay. I'm sending it to Cammie Crawford, y'all, because why not? Oh, you're already here. I'm not finna send it to you. Ooh, come on now. Sending it to all the people. Y'all sent it to Matt. I sent it to TV1. You think they're gonna watch? I don't know if they're gonna watch, but we're gonna send it anyway. We finna send it anyway. Oh, my brother's here. Hi, bro. Finally, you up in here seeing what your sister got going on. What's new, everybody? What's new? How's everybody's summer going? How's everybody's August going? So I usually use 2 tripods to do my little setup, but I only have the 1 tripod today. So if you see me like looking uncomfortable and shifting or whatever, it's because I only got the 1 tripod instead of the 2. But yeah, that's all. Let me fix my stool too. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, okay. Y'all, I didn't even put any makeup on. This is just like water and sunshine. Can you believe it? I know August is about to be done. I'm excited because, my little baby starts a new school and we excited about that. But same old. Listen, I feel like I've been, yes, to shifting. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I feel like I should make like sweatshirts that say Shifts and Giggles, right? And then everybody could have it for the fall winter season. And then everybody would be like, oh my God, where do you get that from? And you could be like, oh my God, I got it from Shifts and Giggles. And they'd be like, what's Shifts and Giggles? And then they all come over here and they watch all the stuff. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, this is kind of dope, right? Let's speak that into the universe. Listen, I'm on here. I am delirious because I only slept for 3.5 hours and I haven't taken a nap and I'm hopped up on coffee and junk food, but I'm here. Yes, suicide me. See, okay. See, now that's what I gotta get. That's what I gotta do. I said it, now I gotta do it. And I hope that I follow through with it. And I hope that y'all hold me accountable so that y'all can go ahead and get your Shifts and Giggles sweatshirts. Okay? Without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the next guest, my good friend Curts. He's a filmmaker and he's really dope and he's a Cancer and he's really shy. I'm gonna just bring you in here, Curts. Where you at? Yes! Hi, Curts.
What's up? How we doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Curts? Let me
I'm
turn
all
my
right.
volume up because I hear myself, but I don't hear nothing else.
Oh,
Hi, Curts.
what's up? How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. Enjoying a beautiful work day. What
Okay,
is
that's
today?
good. That's good. So another malfunction. All right, here we go. I gave everybody a brief introduction to you, but I like for my guests to introduce themselves. So, Kurtz, tell everybody who you are.
What's up, everybody? My name is Curts. I am a DP filmmaker. Trying to enter the writing realm. If my boo over here would help me. Um, I'm just I'm just a creative, and I like storytelling. Anything else? Any other specifics that I should be throwing out there? I am a Cancer. You said it
I did
earlier. I'm
say it.
sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm
Yes, you
saying?
are. Okay. I have a lot of Cancers in my world, and two of them are watching this live. And I regularly refer to them as the crybaby ass Cancers. I do say it with love, though.
Hey,
Y'all
it's
are
a real thing.
y'all are mad sensitive. Y'all are more sensitive than a Pisces.
I'll take it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's me. I can only speak about me personally.
Uh-huh.
That's probably the Cancer we talking right there. Um, I I've noticed that when I was younger, controlling my emotions was a difficult task
Mm,
because it would feel like everybody else's emotions became my emotions,
okay.
and I'd mirror whatever was given to me. And it was just like, don't you see yourself? And this is you.
Mm,
And people be like, that's not me. And it's just like, no, that really is you. And I find it really easy as a Cancer to mirror other people's emotions.
okay. I feel that. And now I'm thinking about my two Cancers who are watching this live, and I'm like, are y'all mirroring my emotions or are y'all just projecting?
Possibly, possibly.
Okay, I'll take that.
I can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing.
Yeah. So where did you grow up? Where are you from? You from
No,
Brooklyn, right?
no. Everybody always gives me that. I don't know if it's like the way I come off. I'm from Queens. I'm a
Oh
Queens
my gosh,
kid,
I
born and
knew
raised.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that. I totally forgot about that.
No,
Okay,
but everybody always jumps to that. So it's perfectly fine.
okay.
Um,
Where in Queens?
um, a little, a little dark place called Shadyville. Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
heard of that.
Nah, it's like East Side Jamaica, Queens, Queens Village,
Okay,
Hempstead
okay.
area.
Oh, so it's close to Long Island.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Borderline even.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It was a it was a great way to grow up because you was growing up like one side of yourself is uh, being developed by this whole like city upbringing, and then
Yeah.
the other side is all just rural houses. People got yards. You grew up with like barbecues, running the
Mm.
streets, going to the park. So I think I had the best of all worlds because like a couple of blocks over, you're up in like Jamaica Queens where it just looks like the hood,
Yeah.
like just any
It,
other hood is
it's like the Wild West of Queens. Like
exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw tumbleweeds.
You would see tumbleweeds. That, that is a fact. I promise you, you would see them.
Okay. Now,
I
did
am
you
deep in there.
what?
No, somebody said Curtis is deep in there, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, we
yeah.
out
Out out there.
for
Um,
real.
did you know when you were younger, like as a kid or growing up, that you wanted to like make movies?
Yes,
Okay.
I knew like I didn't know if it was like movies specifically,
Uh-huh.
but I knew ever since I was a kid that telling stories was my thing.
Okay.
I would write stories for like for my teachers. I was in a teacher step, but I just love writing stories. Um, what else? I would like even when I was like super, super young and like my parents would get me like action figures and sports cars. I was making Fast and Furious before Fast and Furious.
Are you an
You know what I'm
only
saying?
child?
No, no, not at all. I'm a middle child.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm just gonna bounce. You know what? Thank you, everybody.
No, I asked if you're an only child because in my home, I'm technically not an only child. I have siblings, but in my home, I was the only child, and so I used to write all the time. I used to like, you know, have whole. I used to play with my Barbies for hours. They would have whole stories and melodramas because I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and my aunts, and they used to always watch like this, you know, all my children. My mom is a huge fan of General Hospital. And so I grew up in the, when did I grow up? I lie about my age so much that I forget.
But you kind of gave it away. You know that, right? Like you gave it away, saying like all my children, General
Well,
Hospital.
those shows are still on. They've been around for like damn near 60
But I
years.
feel like they hit their mark. Like they really hit their time.
Uh-huh.
You know, a while ago. I'm not gonna say any numbers, but
Okay.
like during this like time period,
Uh-huh.
like General Hospital. What else was going on during that time? Oh,
I feel
um,
like it was like General Hospital, All My Children, One Life to Live. And here's how I'm gonna really show my age. At night, there was a point where me and my mom were living in this one bedroom apartment, so we had to share a bed. And she would put me to bed, but I would never go to sleep because how she would fall asleep was to watch TV. And this one particular show she used to watch had Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. It was a TV show with Sybil Shepherd
a
and Bruce Willis.
TV show with Bruce Willis.
Bruce with now I'm showing my age because most people don't know that Bruce Willis did a TV
Did,
show. He's a
yeah, nah.
he's a movie star, but
And I live by Bruce.
listen, he was in a show called Moonlighter or Moonlighting, something like that.
Yo,
Yes,
somebody just threw it in there.
yes,
Like,
Moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd.
oh
So
snap.
these are the shows that I like grew up on.
No
I, I don't know
way.
why I was growing up on like soap operas, but yeah.
Oh no, soap operas was a thing back then.
Wait, somebody said, how the fuck you look like that? Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse. How you look like that then? Water and sunshine, boo. Water and sunshine.
Amen.
But yeah, yeah.
Um,
So we're
damn, you
talking
just
about
put me
like,
onto something.
listen, I'm telling you, you gotta, whenever you get a chance, look it up, Moonlighting.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna look it up.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna look it up.
yeah.
Yo, my homegirl Jen just worked on a show. Well, not just a while ago, called Moonlighters. So I'm wondering if there might
If
be
it's
any
like that.
correlation.
Huh, that's a good idea. That.
If there's
I
like
mean, if
a
they remake it,
bring
that
back.
would be a really dope idea. Although I feel like how do you feel about remakes of like old shows and movies to now? Like, do you feel like it's
No,
translating or
hell
okay,
no.
okay,
Like I want them to
uh
happen.
huh,
As a kid, that I suffer arrested
uh
development.
huh,
I'm always like, you talk about like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. It's like this little twinkle in my eye, whatever.
yeah.
But it's the nostalgia factor is just that. That's all it is. They don't create things with the same um how do I say emotional value that they did back then. The only thing that's come close recently is Stranger Things.
Is Stranger
Stranger
Things?
Things, yeah. Stranger Things is probably the only one of the only shows that has come back with an 80s level of nostalgia
Okay,
as a part of their creative process
yeah.
that that can keep on going that way.
You know what Stranger Things gives me? It gives me Poltergeist. Do you remember like? Oh gosh, I am really showing my age. God. So do you
People,
remember?
all right, people love me and all, but they are more concerned with your sleeping habits. Like, and these are my people too. Like, thank you for the love, y'all, but they want to know what the juice is.
I can get into that later. I'll get into that later. But I'm telling you, it's water and sunshine. I promise you that. Water and sunshine. And minding my business. I be minding my business, okay? I kiki with my friends on the phone. We might gossip about stuff. We like brainstorm ideas, but I really just be like in my business.
Well,
I'm also like,
if I may,
go
as
ahead.
as as the homie that I am, and like I'm always trying to keep track of you and just make sure that you're good and everything. I be seeing you out here in these streets, like not to say like out here, but like you
Uh,
be out, you be getting your little workouts in, and it's not like you getting some like extraneous workout. You get happy workouts, if that makes sense. You know what I'm
yeah,
talking about? Like a
yeah,
happy workout.
yeah,
You go out with your friends, y'all get a little burn on. Ooh, girl, we got the sweats,
yeah.
and y'all just be glowing.
And that's it.
So I feel
And,
like sharing good energy with good people while, hitting the road,
yeah,
getting that
that's
sweat on.
very important too. Protecting your peace.
There you go.
Protecting. Let me tell you. 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 I used to be affected by everything. Everything.
Really?
And listen, one of my best friends is in here. She could tell you, crybaby over here. I used to complain and cry and whine about everything. Every time I got my feelings hurt, every time I had a self-realization. I mean, I still cry when I have self-realizations now, but like I used to be like super just in my feelings. And I think the one of the more important things that I've learned as I've gotten older is that if you don't want to feel how you've been feeling,
Hmm.
change it. And it sounds hard, but it really is like the flip of a switch. Like, I don't want to feel like that anymore. This person makes me feel this way, and I don't want to associate with them anymore. And they could be related to you, or they could be not related to you. And
So,
I
oh
know it's
my
hard
God. How did you
because
get there? Because I
because
have friends that I have that conversation
uh,
with too. Like, it is a literal choice to rewire your brain, the way that you process information. And I have these conversations with my friends all the time. Like, they're just like, yo, Curts, how are you happy all the time? How do you come up with like such a positive vibe, right? And I'm just like, because I made the choice that that's what I want.
yeah, I will say this: you are very positive.
Nah,
You
thank you.
you really are. Every time I talk to you, what's up? What's up, superstar? What's up, rock star? How you doing?
Amen.
Yo, you're and sometimes okay, here I will admit to this. I'm not happy all the time. But I am very mindful to not project my negativity onto other people. So if I don't feel good or I feel like in a mood or whatever, I won't talk to nobody.
Hmm. Hmm.
There are certain people that I will speak to because they're like we locked
Hmm.
in. But for
Hmm.
the most part, I won't talk to nobody. Even some of those people, they know if they can't reach me that something is up, and they'll shoot me a text. Yo, I know something's going on. Whenever you ready.
That's a big part of it. Like for
Yeah.
me, I guess a part of my super positivity is like I keep to myself a lot,
Mhm.
right? I don't bother nobody. I
Mhm.
ain't trying to, what I'm saying? Yeah, I do you, person
Mhm.
do Kurt.
Mhm.
If I can make it, I'm gonna make it. Um, but it's always going back to finding your center. Yeah, things is gonna get tough. Things are that's life. That is life.
Yeah.
But if you understand that life is an experience, just like yo, walking on a block and yo, you stub your toe, it will heal. Life does not end at the point where like trauma begins.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think that's a hard thing for people to conceptualize because when you're in it, tunnel vision, you're in it,
Yeah.
and to widen your view and to be like, okay, all right, breathe. All right. There's a tomorrow. We're gonna figure this out. There
Mhm.
is a tomorrow. A certain situation happened to me actually recently that was like wild. I got into a car accident. I had to get surgery for my shoulder,
Um,
and it happens. Um, I had a doctor's appointment, and it's one of two doctor's appointments. I got the first one. The second one, they're just like, yo, it's mandatory. If you miss this, if you miss this, you'll have to pay for everything yourself. Your boy missed it.
oh.
Your boy missed it. And I was distraught. I was distraught. I was just like, damn, son. And I remembered because I was working that day, and like I was like so caught up in work and everything, and like people are asking me questions, I'm answering. I love my job, so like when I'm in it, and I kind of like I get lost in everything else.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, okay, and I remembered in the middle of the night, I just woke up out of my sleep like, bro, you had a doctor's appointment today,
And
and
you,
I was like, and I missed it, and it was that one, and I'm just like, oh shit. And remember the stakes that I told you that were attached to it.
yeah.
Now, some people might like bug out, they freak out. Oh my God, it's over, it's over, it's over. I had to take a minute and calm myself and realize, yo, in that moment, right then and there, that it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I woke up out my sleep. I forgot this doctor's appointment. There's nothing I could do.
Yeah.
There's not a damn thing I could do. And I had to talk to myself and soothe myself into this moment and be like, yo, bro, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. You got to go to sleep. Because you not sleeping isn't going to help. It's not gonna do a damn
Yeah.
thing. So I eased myself out of the anxiety I was in. I talked to myself. I meditated. I breathed. I got some water. I even walked around a little bit. It was an
It
intense.
sounds stressful.
Oh my God, it was an intense. I want to say 20 minutes, but eventually I got myself to sleep. I woke
Uh-huh.
up the next day. I came up with a plan. Um, I reached out directly to the doctors instead of my attorneys. I reached out directly to the doctors. I spoke my case, and they gave me another day.
Good. Good.
So the thing is, like, yo, shit is bad.
Yeah.
You can avoid it. You're in control of your life. Shit is bad, but guess what? There's opportunity for everything to work itself out if you give it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my little rant.
Okay. Um, I remember speaking to you shortly after the accident. It might have been after the surgery, and you were like, "I'm quitting filmmaking."
Oh yeah,
Obviously,
what?
that's not where you stand. Is that still where you
I'm
stand?
wrapping out. I'm wrapping out some projects. I'm wrapping out some things.
Wait,
Uh,
what you mean wrapping out? Like wrapping up, like putting a bow on it, and then you really are done, or like?
yeah, I'm going to. Got to. I had a couple of projects left over after that situation, um, and I'm transitioning out, and that's where we're at.
And how do you feel about that?
Uh, hmm,
Do you think that? Well, first of all, do you know what your next move is?
no.
Do you think that you will ever come back to it?
I I could not. I couldn't not come back to it.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay.
It is. It is a part of Curts as as much as my arm is.
Mm, okay. Somebody wrote, "I call BS." Yes.
Yo, it's true. I am leaving. I've actually entered into the IT world, and I've been doing IT for a little while, side by side, as film just trickles out.
Mm.
But we're gonna see. We're really gonna see.
I'm,
I'm actually gonna put all my gear up for sale soon.
I'm just gonna reiterate what Hustle City Akil said. I call BS, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. You're transitioning now. You will possibly transition back nearer in the future than anticipated. At least that's what I hope for.
All right, cool. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Keep on praying for me.
I will. I will. You are a pretty humble guy, pretty shy guy, and we spoke earlier, and you were like, "I don't really post my work." Why? Why
Uh,
is that?
uh,
I mean,
I'm
I
my
know
worst critic.
because I've known you for a little bit,
Hmm.
and you've seen some of your work, but like, why do you feel like? I, do you feel like the work just speaks for itself, or like you just don't want to be like braggy about it, or what is it?
I never felt like work in itself was anything to brag about. I do feel like work speaks for itself. You create this work like you're giving birth to a child. And if people appreciate your works, they appreciate
Yeah.
it. The reason I don't post my work is because it isn't the work that I resonate necessarily with.
Okay.
Um, it's not, how do I say it? It's just me being super hard on myself. Go ahead.
I also feel like you are very much of the mindset of helping others achieve their dream projects as well.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I'll do
So like
anything to see my people succeed.
yeah, yeah. What are some projects that you've worked on that you just really enjoyed? Or yeah.
Um,
Are there so many that you can't pick one? Would you picking a few like ruffles
uh,
the favoritism? I mean,
I'd
I'm just curious, like
say
what are
Phase Six was probably one of
okay,
my
okay.
favorites because I've worked with that director and I've worked with that cast before,
Uh-huh.
but in this capacity, working on Phase Six, I was given a whole lot more leeway, and it's wild because like the director was like, "Yo, Kurt, I appreciate what you've done for me before, and I want to see what you can push into my story." And she gave me that,
Yeah.
and I was so thankful and she was really happy with what I gave her. So that was in itself a rewarding situation where they gave me that opportunity to speak my language, to speak my visual language into a project. And even though like time was of the essence the entire time, we was on crunch time all the time. We was running like NYC, um, uh, putting sticks on the ground where they didn't belong, no permits, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she allowed me to get the team that I wanted that also understood the way that I think,
Mm.
and they worked with me, and it was just such a hustle situation, and we didn't sleep a lot. Uh, I think we was running on like what 16-hour days sometimes. So because we was trying to get day scenes and the night scenes at the same time on the same day, and I loved every second of it.
Good.
I loved every second of it. It was so good. It was so much fun.
That's good. It looked like it was fun to be a part of. So I started it, but there's two seasons, right?
No, we're working on the second season.
Okay, so okay, so I did start the first season. I didn't finish the first season. For all of you who
Hey,
don't
brother.
know, Phase Six is a web series that is centered around the life of women in the LGBTQIA plus community, and their stories of love and relationship and living life in New York City. I saw one of the actors of Phase Six at her day job, and I almost was like, "You're the girl from Phase Six," but I didn't want to like blow her spot at work, so I was just like,
What? Blow
sitting
that shit
quietly,
up.
huh?
Blow that shit up.
Well, I didn't want to blow it. I didn't want to blow it out. She might have been like, "Oh yeah,
Nah,
I'm at
we all
work."
cool. I'm telling you, that group of people because it's a really uh, one is an independent project for a underrepresented group of people, and that's kind of really why I jumped onto the project in the first place. Was because it was just like, yo, I have so many friends that are of the LGBT
Uh-huh.
community, and they don't have I can't say they don't have, but like as far as independent shows, one it's hard enough to make an independent project.
Yeah.
And one at that scale with that many seasons, and each season was running at about 28 minutes. I mean, each episode was running at 28 minutes. Um, that was a massive undertaking. And the director decided that she wanted to do it regardless, and she ran her own budget throughout the whole thing. So I couldn't I had to make it win.
Yeah.
I had to make it win, not only for her, but also the community that she was trying to serve.
Yeah.
So,
That's. Do you? What's your purpose? What do you feel like your purpose is?
mm,
Is it? Do you
I,
feel like it's still to tell stories, even though you're transitioning out of filmmaking into IT? Like, or like, where do you feel like you're being led?
I think my purpose is always going to be to help grow my community, the people that surround me, whoever they may be. Um, I have a genuine love for the people I call my friends. If you know me, you know that I love you.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm gonna ride for you. I'm gonna try to do my best. I'm gonna try to do my best. It doesn't mean like, yo, bro, I can like, pull the moon down for you, but I will try to do my best to see you get what you're trying to get out of life.
Yeah.
Um, as well as creating something for people to identify with, to help them who, life is a trip.
It is.
I don't want to like jumble a bunch of words, but life is a trip. Being a human being in and going through life and trying to understand all the mix of emotions that you go through, and then juggle that with like trying to be a logical person, holding a job and fall in love, have a family. Like, I don't think I feel like we've been thrusted into it and we're expected to be like, hey, that's life. That's life.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Coming from like, yo, this person that was like once a sperm cell who's now like a whole human being, like that's a lot,
It
G.
is a lot.
So if we can create stories that have narratives that can help people understand what they're going through in life, if it's like, yo, I'm really pissed and I'm seeing red, but I'm seeing red because it's a combination of what that person just went through and what this person just went through, and they're projecting it onto me. That doesn't mean I have to receive it and then turn my back and project it onto the next person. If I can create a story that can help people understand how to, one, guard themselves from invasive emotions, help them realize what emotions they're facing as they're facing it, and how to better associate those emotions to reality. Because a lot of times, like, we associate our emotions for reality versus understanding that there's emotions and then there's reality. I'm big on psychology. I don't know if that resonates.
Well, it's translating. I can see it.
If you could see it, I want to write it.
Okay. Well, one of the other cancers in here has a degree in psychology. So, like, I see the parallel. Like, yeah.
Cancer is about that, I guess, Thank you for connecting those dots.
I know. I think that I think that I've been thinking about my purpose a lot lately, and I'm starting to think that it's not so much about the storytelling, but more about the connections through the storytelling.
Elaborate. I feel like you're getting somewhere there.
I feel like for a very long time, I feel like I've been the person putting people on to stuff, connecting them to music or television shows or to other people who are similar minded, especially creatively. And more recently, not just with the writer's strike and the SAG strike, but I've been feeling disconnected from acting and writing, but still connected to connecting, i.e. Shifts and Giggles. So I'm still connecting with people, and through me connecting with people, I'm connecting other people with the people that I'm connecting with. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I feel like it's just a lot of jumping.
If I may, I want to throw something at you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Based on what you just gave me. So I went to the barber today to do this for you. I did it for you. I swear. Because if anybody knows me, Curts is the sage. I just, the hermit sage, just letting the beard grow. I got cleaned up for you. I was having a conversation with my barber, and we were talking about Disney stocks just dropped, or not to say they just dropped, but they've been dropping steadily, as well as a lot of other stocks within the entertainment industry. They're trying to get Apple to buy them out. That's been one of the talks out there. And I brought this up to his attention, and he brought up something to my attention that, like, yo, corporate as a whole the corporate institution as a whole hasn't been serving people. And if you think about becoming an actor, You want to become an actor, you want to get into Hollywood, into the Hollywood corporation, if you will, of filmmaking and being that big actor, so on and so forth. That that body, that organization of Hollywood is now leaving a distaste in a lot of people's mouths.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are setting off to create their own avenue of whatever it is, if it's like connection or if it's entertainment, and utilizing like outlets like YouTube or all the other networks, especially right now during the strike, where that organization, Hollywood, isn't they're not serving us.
No.
And when I say us, I mean people in general, the people.
People in general, particularly persons of color.
No, don't get me wrong. Also, persons of color. But if you're looking at the way that Hollywood is moving, they don't give a shit about anybody. And it trickles down, right? Like they don't give a shit about anybody. They don't give a shit about black people. They don't give a shit about the minorities. They don't give a shit about this, that, and the third. But if you look at it from I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if you look at it from a pyramid structure, it's like they don't give a shit about anybody except for their bottom dollar.
Yeah.
And they are looking to capitalize so that they can take their finances and run and go wherever it is that they want to go or do whatever it is that they want to do with it. But these corporations are about like raping and pillaging communities, taking whatever wealth that they can get out of them and bouncing them. And we're finally, as a people, getting a bad taste in our mouth. And you are living that right now, and you're expressing it.
Maybe that is what it is. This interview is not about me.
I know, right? But you see how I do that, right?
So now that we know your thoughts on what's happening with the strike, the writer strike and the SAG strike, what other thoughts do you have on it?
Oh my!
Or is that just
God? Don't go sipping while you ask these beautiful questions. She said, "Well, you got who?" What other beautiful thoughts do I have? Well, AI right now, the whole AI wave is like that is blowing my brain.
It was cute in December when you could throw your pictures in and they was turning you into fairies and freaking like goddesses and shit like that. It's not cute when they okay. I just caught myself. Because here's all right. I was going to say it was cute when you could like throw your photo in there and turn yourself into fairies and goddesses, but it's not cute when you're trying to capitalize on the entertainment industry and take actors' jobs and writers' jobs. However, that's exactly what it did to artists. Like visual artists. That's exactly what it did.
Yeah, 100%.
I had a conversation about AI a couple months ago and with my sister, and she's like, I'm conflicted.
I'm listening. Go ahead, continue.
She's like, I'm conflicted because, I want to see myself in this, fantastical state that I don't normally see myself in. But also, I feel like it's unfair to do that because it takes away from the artist. And this may have just been my way of placating myself. And I was like, I understand that. However, majority of people can't afford to pay an artist to paint them.
Capture their likeness.
To capture their likeness in that way.
Right.
And so this is going to be something that I'm going to have to sit with, actually. Because a lot of people they just can't afford. Listen. The way that the American system is set up is not set up for normal people to be able to put money into the arts. It's set up so that we put money into corporations. And so, like I was saying, most people just can't afford to pay an artist to capture their likeness in that way. And so, we kind of just have to get what we get. And I guess I still stand beside that, but
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why is art important?
Because.
And let that be a question for everybody in this. Why is art important? Why is it important generally, and why is it important to you?
Art is important to me because it's the easiest way to be free. And I think about that as a parent when, before my kids started school, we were like very just like, wow, all over the place. We did art projects all the time. And what I realized recently is since she started school, she started to change. Now kids change, right? It is what it is, but the school system is not set up for you to be free. It's set up to turn you into this robot that feeds. I'm not finding my words right now because this
No,
is
but I get what you're going with it though. I
it,
really
it's the school systems are not set up for you to be free.
easiest way to
It is
be
the
heard.
easiest way to be heard. I don't know about anybody else, but I watch I like to watch crime shows. But every time I watch a crime show and there's a kid involved, they're quick to hand the kid a piece of paper and like crayons.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
then they draw what it is that they saw or that they're feeling or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
And from those drawings, that's how the adults understand what is happening.
Your interpretation of
Right.
that.
Right. Why am I answering questions, Curts?
This is back and forth. We're having shits and giggles. Come on.
You know what?
I'm enjoying this.
Ronnie did the same thing last week. Me and Ronnie talking. She's asking me questions. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
But to piggyback off of what you're saying about that expression, art is a very tricky thing.
How so?
Art in itself is propaganda.
It's like
Art in itself is propaganda in the sense that you are delivering a message to somebody else to drive something.
but
Propaganda.
it's also based on interpretation.
It
My art doesn't necessarily have to. My art could be for me. You seeing it as propaganda is you.
no. So propaganda isn't a negative term. We turned it. No. Okay.
Okay,
That's true. You didn't say that it was.
I'm sorry.
No. It's fine. That's what we here for. Oh, I got a giggle, y'all. Can you give a heart? Because I got a giggle. I got a giggle. So I say one. I don't believe that true definition that a word or any term could be truly like so crushingly negative. Like, if I say that, oh, what you did was bad, what you did was bad, you were not bad. But to go back on the whole propaganda thing, propaganda is, by definition, is the selling or the um, exchanging of information to sell somebody else on an idea.
Okay.
And that person that you're trying to sell on the idea could be yourself.
I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna have to sit and think about this.
And that expression, because like, all right, I'm hurt. I need to show you. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to, and it's not to say sell. I'm trying to show you and have you buy emotionally or buy into what I am feeling. It doesn't mean that it's not true or that it doesn't truly exist. Like I didn't actually go through the pain, or I didn't actually go through the trauma, but I need you to buy into it and to see how deep my pain runs. And
Okay.
that's why, like, films that get us to cry, films that get us to feel such deep emotions are the strongest forms of like propaganda, because in truth, they're fiction. Think about it. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying all. No. I'm not saying that all of them. I'm not saying that all of them. The Lion King.
Okay.
When I was a kid, that joint, I'm not gonna hold you, that brought me to tears. But it wasn't real. But the concept that they wanted me to buy into was.
Okay.
Which,
And
which was empathy.
What was the concept for you?
Empathy.
Okay.
Empathy towards an individual who has lost their father and who's lost his home and his people.
Okay.
That's a story that be told in like 100 different ways.
Oh, absolutely. And it has been.
And it has been.
Yeah.
Um, so if we look at art as this metaphysical way of getting people to buy into the emotions that I felt, to buy into the ideas that I have imagined within the universe of my mind, you could really get to like a whole slew of places. And it's a form of communication, of selling communication. And I say selling and buying as just a way to
And
try
you
to
don't
like,
necessarily mean for like actual dollars,
no,
like current.
no. It's like receiving. It's
Right.
like giving and receiving
Uh-huh.
um, of information.
Uh-huh.
Now, if that be the case, if this is about giving and receiving information, does it matter the medium?
Yes.
Tell me why.
There are different ways of communicating. So it absolutely matters the medium.
Right.
Because what resonates for one person may not resonate for somebody else. You have to
Okay.
find who communicates in the way that you do, or who's willing to be open to the way that you communicate.
I,
And
I
that can either
definitely
be
love that
verbally,
second one.
huh?
I love the latter.
Yeah.
The second one that you just said?
Yeah. And that can either be verbally or creatively, or
Hmm.
however it is. You know, whatever way it works. However, you know what I mean. Whatever
I
way it
know what
works.
you
You know
mean.
what I'm saying? Hold on one second, because I keep hearing something outside of my door, and I just want to. Okay, I'm not losing. I'm losing it.
I mean, you're only running on so much sleep. You've been up
What?
since you're only running on so much sleep.
I know. I'm
And
losing it.
what did you say? You only ate something? I watched you join the post that you made. You only ate like a Snickers bar or something like that.
No, I had grilled cheese.
A grilled cheese. That's what you said.
A grilled
That's
cheese.
all you running on. 5 a.m. grilled cheese and coffee.
I only slept for 3.5 hours, and yes, all I'm running on
You
is
sound
grilled
like
cheese and coffee and
you
water.
sound like a sitcom special from the 90s. You sound
I
like
feel
a
like I would.
sitcom from the 90s. I swear.
I feel like there are aspects of my life that would make a really amazing sitcom.
I'm what? I'm 100% positive.
What's your favorite genre of film? Like, if there
Mm,
was one genre of film that you had to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be?
mm, mm. I think thriller.
Why?
Mm, because they sell you on being alive. And if I had to watch one thing for the rest of my existence, it
Uh-huh.
would have to be something that could make me feel alive.
Huh. What's your favorite film?
My favorite movie, by far, has to be The Fifth Element by Luc Besson.
Okay. Here we go, Bruce Willis. Back to
Hey,
you.
I'm telling you,
Circle it
like,
back. Circle it back.
circle. Yo, I've been a fan of Bruce Willis. I think, like, oh God, I can't even remember how far back. I want to say it was way before Die Hard, but I can't recall
I
now. Um,
met him once, but go ahead, finish.
you met Bruce once? You told me, and I was tight. I was so jelly. I was
I was
so
like
jelly.
20, 21 at BB King's, and he was on the sidelines, and I was standing on the side, and this man came and stood right next to me, and I looked, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Bruce Willis. And he was like, hey. I was like, hey.
Did you like try to hold your composure?
No, we were watching the show, and then
I would have
it
lost
was a
my
jazz.
shit.
Okay, so it was a jazz show for this artist, Ivan Neville, and
Oh,
uh, at some point, Cyndi Lauper was also standing on the side with us, and then Ivan called Cyndi up to sing, and then he called Bruce up to play harmonica, and that was the first time I knew. I was like, oh my God, he could play harmonica. It was like bananas,
I just have to pick my jaw.
bananas.
That is the story right there.
And this is also like before like social media was like a thing. So I obviously don't have photos
Yeah.
corroborated, but like I also feel like Our generations are fortunate in that we had a life before social media because
Really?
this,
Did we? I
yeah,
don't remember existing before social media.
boy, get out of here. Get out of here. But anyway, your favorite film is The Fifth Element. Why?
Oh man, like that movie got everything in it. That cinematic masterpiece has everything in it. Anything you need, that movie got in it.
Okay.
It has the truth of life in it. It has the hero's journey.
Okay.
Um, it got Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It got the girl Ivana Ivana
I don't even.
from
You
Red.
got it.
She's
Some
in
something.
Resident
Some
Evil.
something's a bitch.
Vavitch. It got Vavitch in it, and I don't think like that project could have been anything as amazing as it was if all those people, those writers, everybody, those people, that group of people came together to make that perfect movie. It's a cult classic and it's repeated constantly, and it still has the same level of attraction
I
now that it did
feel
back then.
like I need to watch it again because I don't remember it.
I promise you, you watch it again and you'll feel the same um, feelings. It'll sell you on the same feelings then as now.
Okay.
And there's only a couple movies that can like really do that. That like even today, even with like new technology that we're constantly seeing. We're seeing 4K all the time.
Yeah.
We're seeing 8K now. We're seeing Vista color and all this kind of stuff.
Do you think that these new technologies take away, or do you think they add?
Depends on how you use them.
Okay.
As a person that like I literally study film. I study lenses. I'll
Mhm.
look at like different lenses that are being shot onto a white wall, onto a face, onto a black wall to
Mhm.
see what exactly the properties of that lens is,
Uh-huh.
what exactly the properties of the senses are. Like uh, it's almost like madness the way that I be studying this shit.
Mhm.
And if you're a person that's just wanting the new stuff just to use the new stuff,
Mhm.
you're not gonna create anything. The project that you create might sell, it might have some hype to it, but you'll peak and you'll fall because either that you'll peak
Uh-huh.
and then you'll find the right
Uh-huh.
people that actually know why to get these pieces, these components together to make your story proper.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like if you don't know what you're doing, find the people that do know what they're doing
Uh-huh.
and and do your homework and ask them, what about this versus this?
Uh-huh.
I'm big on questions.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. But anytime I have a question and I'm like, I think Kurtz would be a good person to ask, you're always just very like, hey, yes, what's up? Let's talk about it. And I'm always so grateful. I'm always like, oh, he's so enthusiastic. I'm not even enthusiastic. I'm nervous as hell because I don't know what I'm doing. I probably,
Mila,
yeah, but yeah.
thank you, Sai.
Oh,
No,
yes, yes, yes. He said Mila, but Mila what? Something,
Mila
okay,
Djokovic.
Djokovic. Is it Djokovic?
Yeah, I think like once you get into that like phonetic style, V turns into like a C sound, I think.
Okay.
Djokovic. Djokovic. Yeah, you hit it with the Djokovic.
Oh. Oh, that's a nice FYI. Prince was supposed to be in it but backed out and Chris Tucker replaced him. Honestly, I couldn't see it with Prince.
No, I definitely couldn't see it with Prince.
He's too just he's Prince.
He would have, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, he would have Princed it.
Exactly. And it wouldn't have been the
It
same.
wouldn't have been comedic. It would have been Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I love a show where Prince makes a cameo, but he can't he anytime he makes a cameo, he's not like acting as this role. He's just himself.
He's just himself.
Have you ever seen Underneath the Cherry Moon, right? Or Underneath the Cherry Tree? Who knows what I'm talking about?
I feel like I have, but it was like a long time ago.
Okay.
I was one of
Even,
them art school jump offs.
even in that, he's Prince, but he's like his version of Prince. He's himself.
Yeah.
Him and what's the guy? gosh, why I can't call his name? Me and my cousin was talking about going to see his show. You know who it is?
Help me help you.
Yes, Underneath the Cherry Moon. But who else was in it? It was Prince and the other guy. With the chicken dance guy. Y'all know who I'm saying?
Come on, people.
Come on.
The hourglass is dropping.
Morris Day.
Morris Day.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't call his name, but yes, you gotta watch it.
It's
one of my favorites.
Yes, I think I'm gonna do it. I want to do another movie night, so maybe that'll be.
Will you be showing any of your movies at this other movie night?
They wouldn't be mine. I haven't written them.
Because you worked on them. Would you be showing any of the films? Yes, The Bird. That's the dance. Okay. Would you be showing any of your films or any of the films that you worked on in this movie?
No, I didn't plan on it, but maybe I will. Now that you bring it into my attention.
Considering that you're considering transitioning out.
Well done. Well done. That was a good one, baby. That was a good one.
I gotta pay over tolls.
What about you? What's your favorite movie?
Okay, so I have three coming to mind, all very different. First, and all very okay. So first is West Side Story.
Okay.
Classic Romeo and Juliet. I loved Natalie Wood, and there was a period of time where I was like obsessed with Natalie Wood, and I wanted to watch as many movies as she was in as possible. Also because she died so young, and I was like, I went down the rabbit hole of how that went down. I had this thing when I was younger about like about like starlets who died young. I'm about to. This is gonna sound crazy. I saw myself very much in as like a starlet when I was younger, and so like Dorothy.
But you was given that vibe though. You was working with like amazing photographers. You were doing some really wild projects when you were growing up.
Was
I? Yeah.
I mean, I was like doing some modeling here and there, but it wasn't like on like a huge scale. I do that a lot. I talk down my stuff, but I used to very.
Yo, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Go look up my girl. Y'all got her name and watch. Y'all gonna come back and y'all gonna talk the shits. Cause yo, she was out there. Tell them about your daddy. How about that?
No.
No. All right, we can move on.
We're not gonna do that. I think that one day.
Black excellence. Go ahead.
I think that one day I might actually invite him on the show to talk. So that's when y'all will get the rundown. But yes, I used to see myself as a starlet when I was younger, and so I was very much obsessed with like the Dorothy Dandridges and the Natalie Woods and the Marilyn Monroes and Elizabeth Taylors and Josephine Bakers. And what's interesting about these women is that and I'm actually blanking on Dorothy Dandridge, but they all had very like interesting life stories, and some of them had tragic ends. And I used to be like, oh, I am damned to have a tragic end. Like that was like, I was very melodramatic, and so
you're Pisces, yeah?
Huh?
You're Pisces, yeah?
Yeah.
Water sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So West Side Story. Sorry, I just went off on a whole tangent, but West Side Story was one of my faves. And then The Usual Suspects, which I think is like a classic. And sometimes, sometimes I watch it and I either see things that I didn't see before or forget the things that I already knew. Because I'm like, oh man, that was like, I'm always like, oh, yo, that was so dope. That was so great. I can't
I
believe
think
this happened. Even though
that
I've
could go for a
seen
good
it like
remake,
a
though.
million times.
I think
Huh?
that could go for a good remake. In
Oh
today's
no.
environment,
No. Don't do it. Don't do
nah,
it.
but
Don't do
why? But why though? Why don't you
it.
think that?
Because I feel like they would butcher it. I feel like it wouldn't translate and they would butcher it. A lot of things that
How
have
bad? How bad of a butcher we talking about?
listen, a lot of I feel like a lot of things that have been remade just don't need to be remade. Like Ocean's 11, the original Ocean's 11, I love that so much better than the remake.
Wait,
And
what do you?
you,
What
yeah,
remake?
and you like, oh, what original Ocean's 11? Okay, the original Ocean's 11 was
Oh,
Frank
you talking about
Sinatra.
with the actual old cars and
Frank
the one from back in
Sinatra. I don't know
'67?
what year it was in, but it was Frank Sinatra, it was Dean Martin, it was Sammy Davis Jr., like the original
Oh,
Ocean's
the
11.
original Right Pack, the original Rat Pack.
Rat Pack. Yes.
Yeah,
And the new one was good. I liked it.
the new one was really
It
good.
was good. I'm not saying that it wasn't good.
See,
It was
that
good. I
time
just,
period, that
huh?
time period in Hollywood, that time period in Hollywood, when they like, that was when they like, when they did Ocean's 11. Who else? What other movies was happening during that time? Mm. Ocean's 11 happened
No,
in
pretty
2000. Ocean's 11 happened in when? 2000?
I don't know. But you know what? You see, he said he loves all three of them. And I think
I
that
love all
that is what
three of them.
I think that's what ruins it for me. There's only supposed to be one.
2001.
There's only supposed to
Nah, nah,
be
nah, nah,
one.
nah.
That's supposed to
Ocean's
be
11,
11,
a
12,
heist,
13.
a heist movie. I'm sorry, you could remake a heist movie. That's a movie. So we got to categorize how we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at like cinematic
Uh-huh.
projects. We're gonna look at movies,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna look at films.
Okay.
I categorize these three things very differently.
Okay.
A heist movie is a movie. You could remake a movie.
Okay.
You can't remake a film.
Okay. So you can't remake The Usual Suspects. That's a film.
That is a film.
So then you can't remake that. And so anybody who tries, I'm not going to see it. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
And
You can't
then
remake
more
it.
recently,
But I
to
felt
top
like,
it off, what?
today's environment might be down for it.
I I'm just tired of the
I'm
remake.
thinking about the new kids. You know what I'm saying? They need a little something
The new kids need to use their imagination.
with what, Barbie?
I didn't see Barbie, so I can't speak to it.
I
Okay,
didn't see it either,
really,
but I do want to go check it out.
I do too. But really quickly, Bobby just wrote, "You can't remake Back to the Future." Do you know that Back to the Future is on Broadway? It's a freaking musical. What?
Back to the Future is the film. It's like
Yeah,
that's a
but
film, and
it's
it's
on
a cult
Broadway.
classic.
It's a musical now. This is what I'm
That
talking about. Nobody has anything new or original to offer. I think one of the and to cap off my three films that I really feel like I enjoyed the most would
microwavable.
recommend to anybody. So I said West Side Story. I said The Usual Suspects, and more recently there's this movie called The Hand The Handmaiden.
Wait, is it all of that? Like a pimp named Slipback?
Wait, say that again.
Was it all of that? Was it
Sorry,
The Handmaiden?
The Handmaiden. I think that's what it's called.
I was trying to drag it. I love the energy that you gave when you was thinking about it, when you was trying to recall. It was like a pause, like in a movie, like when the actor does a pause moment.
Uh-huh.
It was the 5th of July. It was so nice. So I had to
Uh-huh.
call it out. I had to call it out.
Well,
Handmaid's Tale?
no,
No,
The
no, not
Handmaiden.
The
It's a
Handmaiden.
Korean.
With the red, right?
No,
No, no.
it's a Korean film. It came out,
Oh,
I want
Korean.
to say it came out like 2016, 2018, somewhere around there. It's a Korean film, and it's a psychological thriller, and
They're
it
good for
gives
that.
me, huh?
Korean films are so dope for thrillers.
It gives me, the first time I watched it, it gave me the feeling that I had the first time I watched The Usual Suspects, because I was like, what is happening? I don't want to give it away. You just have to watch it. And also what I love about it is the coloring of it and the way they use shapes.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that we have in America
Uh-huh.
or Hollywood to say has like popped a bubble on creativity for their level of creativity, and now like overseas in Korea, China, Japan, um, wherever else, they are now entering this realm of their creativity where now they're making the things that are like really powerful. Because I've seen this movie called The Chaser.
Uh-huh.
It's a Korean film. It's a Korean thriller. Oh my God.
I think that here, what's happening is that there's a lot of recycling of ideas,
Mm,
hence why there are so many remakes, hence why I'm bored. Um, and I think that I'm not an expert in like Korean film and TV and stuff, although everybody knows I've been watching K-dramas for the last 20 years. They tell stories in a way that we are not accustomed to. They also have a different culture. And so within their culture, there are certain, um, what's the word I'm looking for? There are certain like stories and myths and ideas that are told through generations that we don't experience. And so,
mm,
and also they are becoming more technologically advanced. And I am under the impression, and I could be wrong because I'm here in America and I don't know, but I'm under the impression that the film and television industry is, I was gonna say more open, but maybe it's not more open. Maybe it's just that like they're,
mhm, mhm. I'm here for it.
I, so what I was going to say is that I want to say that they're more open, but it's not just about that they are more open. They're making films for them, right?
Okay.
Um, and I say that because it's not like there are a
They make you
lot,
feel all the emotions.
huh?
No, some style by Tahara. Tahira was saying that they make you feel all the emotions.
Yeah, they do make you feel all the emotions because also when you think about it, they have words for things that we can't express. We know the feeling, but we can't verbalize it or
Right.
understand it because America is so structured and tightly wound. There's I'm lacking the verbiage to express what it is that I'm thinking and feeling, but that's the best way that I can do it. But
No, I dig it, and I feel like it's also because we speak in English. If we were speaking like in Hebrew or something like that, where
we
we'd
would
have
have the
like
word,
right.
right? But I think that because America, the film industry was typically built for not us,
Mhm.
that there have been standards that have been set that us feel like we have to achieve and live up to in order to get our foot in the door to then change some things. So there's a lot of,
You're speaking to me right now.
huh?
You're speaking to me right now.
Yes. So there's a lot of, in my opinion, nonsense that's coming out. And it's simply because Black, Indigenous, and other persons of color have to abide by the rules set by white men in order to get their foot into Hollywood. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And, and that is why I think that I'm bored because a lot of this stuff just seems and feels the same. Whereas in a place like South Korea, there is not like a minority, and I'm sure there is a minority, but there's not a minority like we see here in the States that is like struggling to get their foot in the door so that they could be part of the conversation, because it's everybody is the same. I don't want to say the same. I feel like what
you mind if I jump in?
I hear it. I know what I'm feeling. I just can't say what it is that I'm trying to say. But I feel like there's someone out there who
They're
gets
building it for their own culture, and even though that they have like subsections in their culture, it's still in the grand picture their culture.
Right.
Versus like, you know, these group of people come into this place and they're just like, oh, yo, we got great ideas. Let's do it. Yeah, nah, it's not gonna fly here. It's not gonna fly here. And oh man, it's a funny situation in the sense that like black people in America have had like several renaissances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where we were creating exploitation films.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we're coming back to that world. And
I said Africa is doing the same thing. Yeah.
what?
Africa is doing the same thing.
Where they're going back to
I think
exploitation?
No, I think where they're just
Doing
there's like
their thing?
There's like no like minority fighting to get in. They're just doing the work that they feel like their people want to see.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big time.
And there's no like, oh, you can't do that here. We
No.
can do that here. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Because in America, oh my God, that doesn't make sense. You can't do that here. There's nobody telling people in South Korea what they can do as South Koreans. There's nobody telling people in Africa what they can do as Africans. But
Yo, do you watch any Bollywood?
I haven't watched any Bollywood. And
Watch Triple R. I promise you, it'll change your life.
Well, my cousin gave me a list of Bollywood films. Hi, Tahira. I still haven't watched them, but she gave me a list of Bollywood.
Is Triple R on that list you gave her?
See, is Triple R on that list of Bollywood films that you gave me? Because I can't remember.
I hope so. Like, let that be your starter pack. That's like
I have seen a few. I actually haven't seen that many Bollywood films.
Right, Triple R. Oh my God, that if you need a break-in movie to get you like feeling things out, to get you feeling like what Bollywood is like about and how they get busy, because it's like they threw all the rules that we hold dear. Like, oh no, this needs to make sense. This has to have this kind of structure or whatever. Fuck all of that. They took that rule book and said, fuck all of that.
Okay, so my cousin said Bollywood is great, but it wasn't. So I don't know.
It wasn't? Oh, hold up. Oh, hold up. How was it not? Can she come up in the chat real quick?
No,
Can I hear her voice?
Come up in this chat. Tara, do you want to First of all, you're not about to interrogate my cousin about her preference.
She said it wasn't great. Me and one other person.
It probably catered to American audiences and not Indian.
That's also true. That is also true. I can accept that.
So
I can totally accept that because it caught me. And my boy.
Melvin said it was good too. I'll check it out just because y'all two said it.
But me and Melvin come from like the same place, you know, in this, you know, how old are we? We're like the same age. And is Melvin a Cancer? I hope he's not a Cancer. Don't be a Cancer, Melvin.
Oh, she said no, it wasn't on the list. Not that it wasn't good. Okay.
Oh, that it was. Okay.
I'm over here starting stuff, T. Starting stuff.
What was I going to tell you? So everywhere else is doing their own thing, and they're doing it really well because they're doing it for their people.
Yeah.
Just like we are now doing it for our people, where black exploitation is coming back.
Yeah. But
Eddie Murphy started it all, I think.
Oh yeah, with they call what is it? Dolomite, right?
Dolomite.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
was
dope? Wasn't Dolomite dope? Like I thought it was
dope.
I loved it for it was amazing. It was disrespectful. It was in your face, and it was honest in the sense of like yo, I'm this guy. I have something in me. I know I got something in me, and there's a people here for it. There's the people that understand this level of communication. that understand this, like a remake. Why all caps? Remake what?
Because wasn't Dolomite a remake or it was a story
Oh
of
yeah,
Dolomite? Yeah.
it's the story of,
Okay.
but I think it's also a remake.
Yeah. Something like that. That's why she put it in all caps.
Yeah. Like it's a remake. Ah, damn. But Eddie Murphy did it great.
Yeah, he did do good.
He
It
did
was a good one.
good. And I think it was much needed because of that, I feel like we're entering into um a remake of the black exploitation, which it seems like it's gonna do great. Look at they clone Tyrone. Uh, there's a series that just dropped called I Am a Virgo.
I didn't watch that, but I did see they
It's
cloned Tyrone in that.
on that same wavelength where we're taking these rules that Hollywood has been telling us, like, oh, you need this kind of a structure, and we're throwing it out. I Am a
But also,
Virgo.
I will say that those projects were also from people who did the basic stuff, right? Did the shit
Mhm.
in the box in order to get their foot in order to do things that are out of the box like that. And that's what I was alluding to earlier,
You got to be, I guess, you got to play the game.
which sucks.
No, I don't think it
I
sucks.
do. I don't have time to play I don't like the game. Just let me create what I create.
Well, if
Why do
that's
I
the
have to
case,
create mediocre shit to get your attention?
well, if
Why
that's
do
the
I have to create
case,
shit where, I'm telling the story of, because I feel like, listen, Curse, don't get me on a rant.
I mean, this is shits and giggles.
Yeah, but,
I'm
yeah, but,
just using for moments to say that. Any opportunity, I just been throwing it out there. Just it's shits and giggles.
yeah. You know what somebody asked me? They were like, shouldn't you giggle before you shift? Or what if you shift and giggle afterwards? Isn't that like rude?
You know, I've been saying shits and giggles, but it's shits and giggles.
Yeah,
Um,
shifts.
no,
That's what I said.
that's what you said.
Yeah.
Definitely not what I've been saying.
Yeah.
You should shift before you giggle.
They were like, shouldn't you giggle before you shift? Because what if something about if you giggle after the shift, isn't that like rude or something? I don't know, something like that. Do you think that it's necessary to
Oh, I get it
have,
now.
well, I said all of that and now I have a question. Do you think that it's necessary to have a traumatic experience before, in order to shift? Like, does it have to be like this big, crazy negative moment for you to be like, all right, I need to change some things? Or can you just be like, I think that I don't want to do this anymore?
I think you got to go through a couple of traumatic shifts for you
Okay.
to reach a point to be like, yeah, I don't have to go through this anymore. When you're young,
Uh-huh.
you think you got this whole thing pegged,
Yeah.
and you don't.
No. Hell, I don't even got it pegged now.
Babe, sis, I'm in the same boat. Like I wake up sometimes and I'm just like,
What am I doing?
what am I doing? You ever wake up in the morning and you just like, what the fuck am I doing today?
Yes,
And
I do.
why am I doing it?
Yes, I do.
So,
I think right now, the only thing that makes sense for me, aside from like raising my kid, is this. Everything else doesn't make sense. Nothing else makes sense to me right now.
and we're in a
Nothing.
time where like things is gonna start making less and less sense.
Yeah.
But that's a good and bad thing. I operate on this like on this mentality of identify and
Uh-huh.
adapt. And if you ain't doing that right now, if you ain't looking for places to
Uh-huh.
adapt into,
Uh-huh.
and create your own space, you will get left behind.
I
That's
agree.
the one observation that I've made that I know for certain.
Oh,
That
I,
if
I,
you are not,
I agree.
yeah,
Ooh,
um, things is moving a mile a minute. If you're afraid, like this whole AI thing, if you're afraid of it and you let it leave you behind, it's gonna leave you behind. And like, I'm generally an optimist,
uh-huh.
but we're living in some wild times right now.
I agree.
Um, and I feel like America's system is about keeping people asleep for as much as they can, so they can take them for as much of a ride as they can. And I just want my people to wake up.
Yeah.
Like, wake up, wake up.
Yeah. I agree.
You ain't getting, yo, honestly, right now it's time to be focusing on financial stability. And don't get me wrong, like you should be creating your creative avenues, but like financial stability is a really big thing right now. You know, there was the recession of 2006, the housing market crashed.
Yeah.
2000 and, uh, 2000 and what, 10 with the automotive industry.
Yeah.
Like we've just been kind of like skating past a whole bunch of things. And right now, I think there's a group. Who's the group that did, they clone Tyrone? The
I
group
don't.
that's behind it. Sky knows. Me and Sky were chatting about them.
Okay.
I think it's like Macro 4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's the group, and it's a black owned group.
It,
And it's just like if you're trying to invest money right now, if you're trying to see like returns and gains,
yeah.
look at the people that everybody's gravitating to, and look at the people that are financing those people, and start seeing if you can put money into the money that they're putting in. Put your money where money is
Yeah.
winning. So like if you got opportunities to reach out to people in Macro 4 for whatever reason, or yeah, man,
Yeah.
got a huge decision. I'm always here, family. Your bro is always here.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead. Finish.
um, it's scary times.
Yeah.
You got AI, you got aliens, you got undersea monsters crushing submarines, you got uh bioengineered respiratory viruses
Yep.
that shut shit down for 2 years, stock market crashing. Um, it's a wild time.
It is a wild
I
time.
just hope people are awake.
Yeah.
If you don't see that the times is wild and that you need to, like, niggas is really robbing niggas outside right now.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Can I say niggas? Am I allowed to say niggas or
I
shits and giggles?
mean, it's already done. You said it.
I did.
It's.
I did.
I'm not. I don't edit these, so
I
you can say
I
whatever you want. You well, not whatever you want, because
I
otherwise.
wish I had a black cat. I want to throw it in the air.
Listen.
Oh my God. Can we
I
talk
watched
about
that
that for a
video
second?
from so many different angles.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
Wasn't
Cats
that
in the
good?
snow. We bopping heads with folding chairs. We got Aquaman coming
What? Aquaman.
from
Did you
Aquaman.
did you see my man jump into the water?
I didn't see him jump in, but I saw him
There's
swim.
another
And I was
angle.
like, I didn't see that one.
Oh, that was a good
See, now
one. We talking about angles like episodes.
so someone took the footage and put the theme song to Good Times over it. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
I'm done.
And then
Dead
now
and
it's a
done.
challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it's bringing white and black folk together.
Well, that's good. As long as it's bringing people together in a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yo,
Obviously.
when I first saw it, I didn't understand what I was watching.
Uh-huh.
He pushed the dude back. He did like a little shimmy shake.
Yeah.
Took the hat off and brought it down. He didn't just take it off and go, whack. He brought it down to give it some height. He was really trying to signal some niggas. Said, left his hand there for a good, I don't know, 10 seconds or something. Hand was still in the air with enough time, like an action hero flick.
Yeah.
Kabam, kabooey.
Yo, he literally was just at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, he probably was already tired of that job. And then that
My God, he was ready to go home. Come on now.
All right, I'm done. This is my last day. Let's get into it. You know what I mean?
Like I give up today.
Yeah, like
it's already hot outside.
Well.
And then the Wonder Twins came through with no shirts on.
No shirt on. Was it twins or was it triplets?
Oh, the the triplets. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. My nose is running. I've been on a plane. Temperature changes from the south to the north, so I just wanted
Okay.
to. I don't want nobody to think that like I'm a cokehead or something and my nose is running. I'm like, trying
Nah.
to clean that. Not that there's anything. Well, anyway, I was about to say not that there's anything wrong, but there is.
Question: when you first met me, which was at the interviews,
Boy,
what did you
I
think?
was depressed,
Because
so I don't know.
what?
I was depressed.
Why?
I'm always depressed. I'm chronically depressed.
Huh. Well, you
But
do a good job of cheering
I
yourself
do
up.
remember the day, like, I do remember the day. I thought you were, like, really cool. There was some stuff that went down
Yeah.
that really,
Yeah.
that pissed me off. And I was so upset for you.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was fine. I think that was, like, one of the days that I was
I
able
was
to,
doing
like, work.
interviews, and my ex-business partner
You,
that I was working with at
you
the
want to
time.
talk about it here?
I mean, we'll talk about it later then.
I mean, go ahead. If you want to talk about it here, we can talk about it.
No, I was talking, and you said it didn't seem like. Are you comfortable with talking about that
I mean, we can
conversation?
talk about it. You can talk about it.
Um,
So basically,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna the short version is that Kurt's ex-business partner came into um, a,
This
a
was right
creative
during COVID.
where we were working on something and tried to like he was an ass. He was an ass about whatever it was. I'm not really sure what it was, but I just know that like professionally, that was a dickhead move. Excuse my language, everybody. Y'all know I try to keep it like, at least for me. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I try to keep it like, but it was a dickhead move.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. And yeah.
The reason I had to ask is because we were doing the interviews, and you were sitting down at the time getting ready for your interview, and then in barges this this dude,
And it was very
and
aggressive.
very
It was aggressive.
until this day, like I always feel a little bit of a way about it when it comes to you,
Yeah.
and it's just like, damn, I feel bad that you have to suffer that moment.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. He, like I said, was an ass. So it is what it is. Does anybody have any questions for my man's Curts?
Feel like we've been
I
chopping
know.
it up for like a while.
Okay, so you and Ronnie, I'm on this thing with y'all for like an hour and a half.
Has it been an hour and a half already?
Yeah,
But me and you, whenever we talk, it's always been like,
it's going for a really long time.
yeah, we always chop it up and like catch up and whatever's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What are you working on? I want to ask you what you're working on now
I'm
and
writing.
what you're working on. Oh, so we're writing. We're transitioning into IT, but we're writing.
Right.
What are we writing?
I didn't want to give this away.
What are,
You know,
what are we writing? Well, you gave it away at the top, where you were like, "Oh, I was thinking about writing it," and you were like, "Put me on blast," and I was like, "Oh."
I did. I hit you up and I
You did
said,
hit me up, and I've been waiting for you to hit me back again. So, what are you writing? What is it?
I have four projects
Okay.
that I'm writing. Each of them are different, like scopes of at least of size. And I want to. One of them needs. I would hope to make it into like some kind of like 3-part book series or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I'm into like thrillers and like the whole sci-fi. So like seeing things like The Matrix and what else? Harry Potter, and giving and creating something of that, like that legacy, is one of my goals as far as writing, and to then turn it into a film project. Um, I feel like I just totally gave myself away because I said like, yeah, I'm out the film game, da 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 da, and it's just like,
See,
no, I'm out, it's over until I make my own project. But yeah, I think that's my goal right now. I've worked for everybody. I've worked with so many people. I've worked on independent Hollywood projects. I've worked on indie projects. I've worked on commercials. I've worked on all these projects except for the stories that I want to bring to life myself and that I know I could bring to life at which is that part of me which is suffering from the judgment of like Hollywood, which I know I could bring to light at a certain criteria instead of saying like, yo, we're just gonna make this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about Hollywood. I think that like as long as you like keep doing what it is that you're doing, it'll, you're gonna have success.
Right.
You're gonna have success.
And as long as I keep people around me, like, that just glow with water, I'll be fine.
And sunshine.
And sunshine. Um, so hopefully I can get you to come over here. We sit down, get a little writing room started, and get these projects looking to life because I can definitely bring them to life. Not that I'm in the film game anymore. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, Kurtz, thank you so much for coming on here today.
Thank you for having me, my
I just
love.
want to say to everybody that Kurtz was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. It's probably going to be the most boring interview. Boy, get out of here. This was a good kiki.
It was a good
Wait,
kiki.
Should I use kiki?
I don't see why not.
Okay, this was a good kiki. We have time. Okay. Water signs.
Hey, you know what time it is.
Y'all, please make sure you go follow Curts at Curts, Curts D'Amour. Did I pronounce it correctly?
D'Amour, yeah. But
it's D'Amour.
Yeah.
Curts.
Give it a little Spanish twang and you be straight.
Okay, Curts D'Amour.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Ooh. I don't think I heard my name said like that before. Okay. Say it with your chest, please.
Listen, I used to think I was Puerto Rican. It's a whole story. I'll tell you about it one day. But
oh man, I should have started off with that.
No. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it another day. But listen, please go follow Curts at Curts D'Amour, CurtsDamour over on Instagram. Give him some likes and some follows. Y'all know I'm gonna do this every Wednesday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday.
Yes, make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday. I don't know who's gonna be on because we had a little mishap for next week, but I'm gonna figure it out and I'll be back. Even if I just interview myself with questions from all y'all, whatever y'all want to do, let me know. Thank you again, Kurtz, for coming in. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. I never say that. I love y'all.
Aww. And we, your fans, we love you too.
Oh, thank you so much, Kurtz. Thank you. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
We're showing our age, Kurtz, with the peace sign.
Did we?
Yes. Nobody does that anymore. I'm gonna end this live and I'm gonna call you. Bye.
Bye.